Hi, in the last video we talked about AI crypto projects. Let's now consider another perspective: AI coin. Renting and paying for computational power has never been easier or more decentralized, with one of the first projects on the Ethereum network, Golem. Golem was pitched by Golem Factory in 2016 and launched 2 years later on the second largest network to offer an on-demand computational peer-to-peer market. The main purpose of the project is to offer computational power for all sorts of projects to users that don't have enough computing capacity. Golem is a blockchain-based software that allows users to buy and sell computational power for various purposes, including artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency mining, CGI rendering, and other complex computations that demand great computing power. Golem represents a version of traditional services of the same kind that is controlled by users, and thus is decentralized and doesn't depend on central authorities and third parties. Golem allows users to sell their excess computing power to users who lack the resources to work on complex projects that require greater computational power for execution. Users who sell their resources are rewarded with GLM tokens in exchange for their service, paid by buyers on the network. The price depends on the amount of rented computational power. Golem effectively provides a P2P market for computing resources by splitting tasks into smaller portions so the system can scale properly and form a unique user-dependent market. GLM is the utility token of the Golem network, and it serves as the main store of value on the network. The GLM token incentivizes sellers to rent their computing power in exchange for based payment provided by buyers. How does Golem work? Golem works by processing requests and connecting buyers and sellers based on the request in question. On the Golem's network, users who buy computing power are known as requesters. Requesters can create requests that the Golem system then processes, validates, and uses to connect the requester with appropriate resources. The system splits the task into smaller fractions of the initial task and rents the computing power from multiple users in portions. The requester can have Golem complete the work for them, such as rendering CGI elements that require major computational resources. Instead of waiting for the work to be completed by traditional cloud computing service providers that can be rather expensive and slow, Golem splits the task and finishes the work almost instantly with fractions of computational power provided by sellers in the peer-to-peer market. What makes Golem unique? Golem finds a way to speed up the process of buying and using computational power by dividing task requests from requesters to providers into smaller tasks. This system makes cloud computing services decentralized through automation and more cost-efficient thanks to the division of tasks into smaller fractions. Golem also places the control over the P2P market into users' hands, connecting requesters and providers based on the task template. Unlike traditional cloud computing service providers where a central authority sells the resources and takes the profits from users, providers get paid directly for their services, so anyone can earn GLM as a service provider on Golem. The system incentivizes users to sell their computational power, while requesters can get the resources they need at lower cost when compared with traditional cloud computing. What gives Golem value? Golem derives its value from its utility, technical capacity, and technology. The intrinsic value of Golem comes from the technology used to develop the network and to enable an automated P2P market that is secured and decentralized. The value of Golem is also noted in the cost of cloud computing services on the Golem network in comparison with more traditional service providers. The intrinsic value of Golem often doesn't match the value of GLM in the market, as GLM tokens are subject to frequent changes, much like most cryptocurrencies. GLM can often be underbought or overbought due to the volatility in the market of digital assets. How to use Golem? The ultimate goal of Golem is to provide a better environment for data sharing in the future ecosystem of Web 3.0, where users can have more control over the way they use the internet. Golem network can be used to buy and sell computational power for all sorts of purposes, while developers can deploy tools and use task templates to diversify the market. The GLM token is used in the reward system to incentivize sellers, providers, and represents the main payment method and the store of value on the Golem network. GLM can also be traded for a profit in the cryptocurrency market. Golem is a network which enables its participants to make computing resources available for use by those who wish to use them. From the perspective of requesters, among other uses, it allows services to be requested, deployed, and run on the network's providers. The dApps on Golem project is a solution to deploy multi-layer apps on the Golem network, without a need to dive into the APIs. Instead, the structure of the application is stored in YAML files, so the process may feel familiar for those of you who have some experience with e.g. Docker Compose. By a dApp, or a decentralized application in the context of Golem, we understand such a combination of services and additional resources within the network that together constitutes a full application, e.g., a website or a public API, running entirely on the Golem network. Such services or decentralized applications can be run by virtually anyone as long as they have some GLM tokens to pay the providers for their work. With GLM tokens, you can access diverse computational resources on the Golem network, including CPU power for rendering, data processing, and complex algorithms. Store these tokens in a crypto wallet, and pay only for the resources you utilize. Let's remind you that potential investors should engage in extensive research, monitor market trends, and assess their risk tolerance before committing to any investment. The crypto industry's trajectory appears promising, driven by technological advancements, increased adoption, and ongoing regulatory developments. In navigating this evolving landscape, investors must remain vigilant, adapting their strategies to seize opportunities and overcome challenges in the ever-changing crypto landscape. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time.